Hi viewers, welcome to another exciting episode of The AI People, where we share inspiring stories of thinkers and builders who are humanizing AI. Today, I'm with Dhruv. Dhruv, why don't you kick us off with an introduction?
Yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Dhruv Diddi and I'm founder of Solo Tech. And here I am sharing the best of physical AI through our physical AI gym. And we are at Frontier Tower, right in the Sonoma district, right at 6th and Market, bringing the best of technology and people together.
That's awesome. And especially if you are in the business of creating a community of technologists, this is the place to be in. I think less than half a mile away, you have OpenAI, Anthropic, launching some of the best of the breed models. And of course, the whole tech ecosystem, in a way, is coalescing around some of these companies. And you also have community platforms like the Frontier Tower, for example, with a lot of thematically aligned startups under one roof. And Dhruv, especially, is the leader for one of the communities here, which is around physical AI. So, Dhruv, do you want to talk about the physical AI community?
Yeah. So it's in the context of the Frontier Tower, which is 14 floors of different domains pursuing different themes for technology. And I'm leading the robotics floor, which is the collection of robotic startups and physical AI businesses who are allowing this to happen in the real world.
Great. And the energy here is contagious. We are on this floor doing this recording, and we have a few gentlemen over there playing ping pong, which I think is very representative of the vibe here, like ideas bouncing around back and forth. And that's exactly the concept of the physical AI. Now I want to like switch gears and talk about Solo Tech. Dhruv is the CEO and founder, and he did introduce me to some of his peers from other startups that are also working closely with Dhruv. But what was really curious and piqued my interest and made me drive 2 hours to get to this venue is the physical AI gym. Metaphorically, it is the place where you train AI models based on real world data. And I want to like ask Dhruv, like what really prompted him, like why do you show up, Dhruv, every day, all day at the physical AI gym? What's the inspiration? What's the story behind that?
Yeah. So, well, if you go to any kind of a gym or if you are related to robotics, you know consistency is key. So every day, people ask me, when are you here? I'm like, I'm here 997. And the intention is to keep this ecosystem going. And honestly, physical AI needs all of us. It's not going to happen with one company or one startup or one research lab. So that's why we try to create this physical AI gym so that it can be a place for guided access to robots and really get people some hands-on with getting to deploy these robots in the real world. And how can you do that? You can do that by training together. And that's why the physical AI is such a special place. And we don't have to talk too much about it. I would love to take you to fourth floor and show you the physical AI gym.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Dhruv, you got me to the physical AI gym. A lot of exciting stuff here. So why don't you take me through all this amazing stuff?
Yes. So, we are proud to be responsible for the largest collection of open source robots on the planet. So, we have over 50 plus, not just SO101 arms, also other SO100 arms, Posh arms, and a series of robots that I'm going to introduce. And Physical AI Gym is where you train your robots. And this is in San Francisco becoming the place for people to come in, train robots, use Solo to own their AI, and basically be able to get real hands-on experience with these robots. I want to share this paradigm specifically with this robot, which is going to be very relevant going into this robotics future. So this is an SO101 arm. It's by LeRobot. It's an open source arm, so you can 3D print it, and you can actually get it on Amazon for around $400.
So this was 3D printed, but how did you end up paying for this?
So basically, the motors are around $360,
Okay.
and the 3D printed part is
You're just like
your-
fastening
your
it on top.
filament and
Okay.
what you use. You can also order parts separately and
Got it. Okay.
assemble it yourself.
Mhm.
The special thing about this is, so this is a leader arm, which is why it has this trigger, and the other part is a follower arm. So these are the two SO101 robot parts. And what this paradigm allows you to do is whatever you teach through the motor connections and this control of the leader arm gets translated to the follower arm.
Okay.
And this paradigm is what allows you to teleoperate a robot and basically be able to do tasks.
Okay.
So here, this, as you can see, because we have a bunch of these robots, we're also able to experiment with them. So we're able to have artists here. The resident artist here is Lexi. She made this one so that it glows in dark with ultraviolet light.
Looks cool.
And yeah, that's the fun part of having these 3D printed. You really get to play with your imagination and
Got to bring art and science together.
100%. Making us all human
Yep.
by bringing them together.
So essentially, if I understand this correctly, there could be a human in the loop here working with the leader arm, and then the follower arm will replicate exactly what the human is doing. So this has like industrial implications.
Yes, exactly. And increasingly, this arm is actually becoming the arm for teleoperation. Because using this arm, you can basically control any robot. And instead of having to buy a $3,000 robot arm, you can 3D print yourself an appropriate leader arm.
Okay.
And at your home, you could be controlling something in another continent.
Gotcha.
And big companies like Da Vinci Robot have already shown it, like how you're able to do surgical robotics cross-continent in high-pressure situations. The idea for this kind of a robot is to make that more democratic and allow anyone through our...
Okay, so working on the Raspberry Pi of robotics.
Yes. Yeah, this is truly making it engineering friendly and bringing it to the world.
That's awesome.
And in addition, I also want to share some other exciting parts of the gym. So, it's not just engineering. We want to inspire people to dream big and build Iron Man suits or really use their imagination. And to support their imagination, we have the best hardware. So, these are all solo CLI programmed devices. We are proud to be part of the NVIDIA Inception program. So using that, we're able to use the best of DGX Spark, the AGX, Orin. We also have the Thor. And we're able to use the combination of these models to run Groot, Cosmic, Isaac Lab, all these technologies that actually make robotics happen.
Great.
So yeah, we have the collection.
Yeah,
of
every
robots.
time Jensen from NVIDIA unboxes one of these guys, I used to wonder like what's the magic in it, and you guys are obviously building applications on top of these hardware boxes. So can you maybe explain like?
Yeah. So they call this the AI engineer's workstation.
Okay.
And I think it's very appropriately named. First of all, it looks great to handle.
Heavy.
It is heavy because it basically has 128 VRAM GPU in this. So this is the equivalent of having an H100 at home.
Oh, okay.
And what that allows you to do is, it's not just about one model or an LLM which runs fast on it. You could probably run an LLM on this, run at 400 tokens per second. But the main idea is being able to orchestrate a VLA, a Groot model, a VLM, and all these different models that you actually need for robotics and for physical AI, and be able to orchestrate them and have performant inference on device. So you don't have to rely on hardware which is in the cloud. You might not have connectivity in certain robot locations. So having something like this allows top engineers to not just train their models, but orchestrate multiple models and make it effective in the real world.
That's awesome. That's great.
And from all of this paradigm, I actually want to show you what this imitation learning looks like. So these robots are set up using solo CLI, and you can basically see how currently it's in imitation learning mode. So
that's the leader, this is the follower right
Yes.
here. Okay.
Yeah, and They have different motor strengths because the follower needs to be able to pick stuff and the leader is more for
Okay.
handling. But by using this kind of a system, you're able to,
Nice.
and you can do tasks. And once you do a task successfully, basically you are able to record the trajectories.
Okay.
Record the trajectories from the models and then train it to do autonomously.
That's great.
And that's basically our effort as Solotech. We want to create the best set of physical AI dev tools so that engineers and physical AI practitioners can basically one-shot a model and a robot and get started right now.
Okay.
Instead of waiting for AGI for robotics to appear in 10 years or 5 years. We are making ready-to-use, production-ready models today.
Nice. So it's like Michael Jordan becoming Michael Jordan with one shot versus like 10,000.
Yes.
It took 10,000 shots for me to become the champ. So
absolutely.
That's a good analogy, I guess.
That's a great connection to why this is called a physical AI gym compared to a lab or any other space. We want to allow access to all this equipment and hardware and really allow people to train. Physical AI is going to need all of us, and it's going to require this paradigm of continual learning.
Okay.
The real world is very complex and maybe fractally complex, and there's going to be a running race in new systems, new inference, new materials that are going to be used for physical AI. And we want to create this space so that we have an ecosystem of engineers, developers, humans coming in here and training the best of models.
That's
and
awesome.
AI. So,
And Dhruv, your idea is very enticing and you're already building a community. I hear that you have a Discord of 2,000 people and you are right in the smack in the middle of San Francisco downtown where you have the gravity, like developers are coming in, and recently you hosted a hackathon as well. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So this has become part of our go-to-market strategy, and it's becoming quite an effective one. So everyone wants access to robot. Yes, you can train them in Isaac Lab and all these tools online, but at the end of the day, you need to get access to one and know what it behaves like in the real world. So through these hackathons and through this guided access workshops, we're able to give students, developers, even executives, basically their first intro to physical AI and really allow not just one lab or one startup to own that foundational layer. It's all of us, right? So it's not a team of 20 or 30 people trying to train models for the whole world. We have thousands of engineers attending our hackathons world over, going to our physical AI gym locations in other cities as well, which are upcoming. To train a world library of models that we can deploy today.
Nice. You are quickly scaling your developer ecosystem, and I'm pretty sure some of the companies, large tech that you're working with, like Meta, NVIDIA, they are also helping you build the community. And I'm thrilled to hear that you'll be at NVIDIA GTC working on the show floor, meeting with potential partners, developers that you want to pull into your orbit, as well as customers. And I hear that you already have 5+ customers. And would you be able to introduce me to one of the customers? I really want to understand how they are building on top of your platform.
Yes, absolutely. So some of the customers you already got to communicate with is UFB. They're training the best of media entertainment robots. Them deploying robots almost every day, every weekend, allows us to also iterate with them and basically be caught up with technology and deploy in the real world today. In addition, I also want to introduce you to a few open source collaborators as well as our partners here in Frontier Tower. And I want to share with you AutogenBot, which is an agricultural bot, as well as one of our favorite robots here, Millie, who's an open source duck.
Nice.
She was also...
Looks like Wally.
Yeah, and actually a version of her was displayed by Jensen in his talk at CES.
Yes.
And we're going to see many versions of this robot at this GTC.
The cute robot that comes on the stage and gets Jensen to open up a little bit more. So
yes,
exciting.
And happy to have Sitaram share more context on this.
Okay, great. Over to Well, hi, Sitaram. It's a pleasure to sit with you right now to learn more about how you are bringing solo tech into your offering. And I've also heard that you're driving a lot of pioneering work here at the Frontier Tower in San Francisco, encouraging and motivating a lot of young robotics professionals. So over to you.
Yeah, I'm Sitaram, and I'm one of the most active member of the robotic gym that's being made accessible by Solotech here, and so I'm very passionate about robotics. I did like hobby robots for the like last 10 years, but this is the moment that robotics is going to like take place. It's like exploding, and I want to be in this place again. And it's not just me. The motto of the robotic gym is making this accessible to everyone, right? Anyone who wants to explore this robotics, they don't need to spend like $20,000 to get one. These are available right here, starting from the SO101 arms, which are like the basic entry level. Anyone can just access one, and just in like 10-15 minutes they can figure out this teleop, all the way to more advanced robots like the Millie, which is an open duck open source BDX droid. And you can see here there is a Unitree go-to robot dog, and all the way you can get to like the open droid, bimanual robotic arms, and the Unitree G1 humanoids. You can access all of them by joining this robotic gym.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yes. And yeah, so on top of that, I myself have worked on conducted some workshops in middle schools and elementary schools. This is one of the ancient version of this SO101 arm, and I built these in such a way that it's so easy for kids to plug and play, because it's very hard to get these screws. So I made modifications so it's like easier for kids. I did workshops, and you can see in them they're all excited about robotics. A lot of teachers also reach out to me on figuring out like how to get these sessions reachable to kids. And that's like the basic thing. Anyone can step in here, but it doesn't stop us from there. We do really advanced stuff as well in this robotic gym. This Millie, we have trained some RL models on it so it can walk, and also you can see you can like control. Right now there is no speaker, but it can do like a lot of fun activities. So it's not just about like getting the advanced tech in there, but also making it attractable, making it fun for people to join robotics. And here you can see some of the most advanced things that we're doing here. It's a Unity G1 that is launched in ISAG lab with our own trained RL model that's making it able to stand without collapsing. And we use our own camera-based calibration to teleop the upper body of it. On top of that, this whole thing is launched into a prompt-based world that is generated using like World Labs Marble API. So the whole kitchen is like more photorealistic. And on top of that, you can see those are all like physics-ready assets that are provided by Lightwheel and NVIDIA. So integrating all of that to get this final product is we all work together to get to make all these achievable.
So ISAC platform is from NVIDIA.
The assets are built by Lightwheel, but NVIDIA made them open source. So you can train your robot to like that, make it open the microwave oven. It's not just like collision mesh that you can't interact with. These are like physics ready. They have their own joints and all. So you can like train humanoids to operate on them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Sitaram, for joining us today, and it was very inspiring to learn that you are pushing the boundaries of robotics, working together as a community. So,
yeah,
wish you good luck.
yeah, definitely you'll see a lot more cool stuff coming out of this gym in Frontier Tower in San Francisco.
Right, Dhruv, I'm having a great time learning a lot about robotics and how the hardware, open source, software, they're all coming together to power some cool applications. I know you're also driving a lot of impact outside the four walls of this gym. Would like to learn more about the impact initiatives that you are really passionate about.
Yeah, so this technology is very powerful, and we want to give access to it in a safe, guardrailed, and performative way. And everyone in robotics you see all these exciting demos and all these exciting media posts. But what we are determined to solve are the dull, dirty, and dangerous jobs. Those are the ones that we need to automate that will actually have an impact on people. So with that context, one of the reasons we are pushing for this and what we received the Meta Impact Grant was also that the most value that we can get out of physical AI lies in the hard problems, lies in problems in agriculture, in healthcare where we need to scale our diagnosis and doctors, in education where even basic level math, basic level coding, basic level hygiene, information, access to information is missing. So the key initiatives for Solo is to not just develop in a silo, but together be able to build technology that is scalable, performative, and at the end of the day, inspiring the next generation to actually have an impact in the real world instead of just a dashboard application that you could do by yourself.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Dhruv. I thoroughly enjoyed my time here at Frontier Towers and also meeting with a lot of your friends and peers. And I'm so excited for all the impactful initiatives that you're leading. Thanks for the samosa, chai, and the great conversations that I got out of my time here.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to sharing the best of this technology at NVIDIA GTC week. We have multiple events, but we're also going to have a presence during the week. And I'm looking forward to sharing more updates from that as well.
Wish you all a really good outing at NVIDIA GTC. It's all going to be about physical AI and agentic AI. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.